All right, good afternoon, everyone. We're continuing in our business category. This first portion is just a few pages. It's not in the Cosmo book, but I think it's a lot of good information that you may need to know when you go to look for a job in this business, because this is going to be a new business for you. And so there's a few things that you might want to take into consideration, because working in a shop is not like working anywhere else. Let's just say that. So for barbers, it's 103B.3. And it's just, well, I'll pull it up. You guys can see the slides. Let me get the slides up. And these are just some considerations that you might want to think about when you're looking for a place to work. So one of the things might be the owner or the manager. That's probably the person that you're going to meet when you go in for an interview. So, do they seem easy to talk to? Do they communicate well? How do they interact with the staff and all of that other people that come in? Okay. Which type of services do they offer? Do they offer, barbershop services? Is it a full service? Is it just a haircut place? Just something, they even have like those blow dry bars now. Like, just what type of services do they offer? And then any policies and procedures. What's your main job responsibility? Hours, policies on maybe taking walk-ins. What happens if you have to stay past your time because, you're not done with your client in time? How does all of that work? And then pay and benefits, like, what is your starting? Do you get benefits? Do you get paid vacations? Do you get advanced education? Is there any opportunity for an advancement? All of that stuff is important. Also, marketing. What's their advertising policy? Are there any promotional displays for retail or services? Do they look outdated, or are they, nice? Are they appealing? What's the look to that? Now, sometimes the outdated ones are cool because they're kind of like retro, so sometimes those are really nice. So we talked about these different things, but there's a lot of different types of places out there. This is from the barbering book, but of course there's also independent salons or independent shops or barber shops, or however many you want to look at them, which are usually the majority of what's out there. They're usually owned by one person or a partnership, and they usually offer, they're kind of small, right? You got like 1 to 4 stations or 1 to 6 stations, something like that. The owner of the place itself makes all of the decisions, and there could be opportunities to learn the business from them because they've been in business for a while. There's full service barbershops and day spas and full service salons out there. They have a variety of services. They have a lot of retail products out there. All this staff is well trained. The average prices may be a little bit higher because they offer so many other services out there. And the clients that frequent this kind of place will be expecting exceptional service. They're going in for full service. They expect full service. So those are some of the other types of places that are out there. And then you have your chain barbershops and your franchises. These are pretty popular. I mean, I'm sure we're all familiar with, chain ones. They're all around. Okay, multiple locations. All of these decisions are made from corporate headquarters. They're not always owned by barbers or salons, because you don't have to be a cosmetologist or a barber or an esthetician or any of that to own a shop. You can own a shop, but they use a set policy, a set business plan, and they always have on-the-job training for you. And they're always they have rules that they have to follow because it is, what did I do? Because it is corporate. Okay. And then you have an independent contractor. With this is a booth rental or chair rental. This type of job right here is you rent that little space that you're in. You're responsible for everything. You're responsible for all of your equipment, all of your supplies, booking your own clients, Again, these types of establishments are not always owned by barbers or cosmetologists, but this one's going to require you to know the laws. It's going to require you to know the rules. This is a quick way to set up a business if you want to work in like your own business, but you know, it might not be ideal for recent grads because you don't know the business yet. I'll give you an example of something that happened to me. I was working for this guy. His father was a barber, he's a barber, his brothers, two brothers are barbers, and they owned some shops around town. And they decided that they didn't, because they lived in Stockton, so they decided they didn't want to keep going to Modesto and Lodi and Turlock and all these other places. So they were just going to sell everything and scale down and just be in Stockton. So he sold one of the shop that I was working at to his cousin. Well, his cousin was not a barber, didn't know anything about being a barber, but he did own a couple of Quiznos sandwich shops. So he was trying to run the shop like you run a Quiznos sandwich shop. Well, let's just say that that did not work. I didn't work there very long after that because, you know, you just can't run a salon or a shop like you do a sandwich shop. It's just not going to work. So, you know, you might want to learn the business before you decide to go out on your own. So when you go to contact someone to check it out to see if like, hey, I want to work there, or do I not want to work there? You know, what are you going to look for? Well, there's a few things that you're going to be looking at or looking for. You want to make a list of all the shops in the area, check social media, be some stalkers on social media, right? See if they local advertising, see if they advertise locally. That's what I was trying to say. Maybe contact the shop through social media or by phone, and you know, walk in, check it out, drop off a resume, you know, all of that type of stuff. Just check it out. So when they talk about job benefits, a lot of times if you work for certain places, they're not going to have a lot of these in here. For many years, I worked many years with, if I did not work, I did not get paid. If I took a paid vacation, or I never even heard of a paid vacation. If I took a vacation, I didn't get paid. There was no sick days, no retirement plan, no opportunity for an advancement. If I went to any hair shows or anything like that, I had to pay for it myself. If I wanted any ongoing education, I had to pay for it myself. There was a lot of that out there, and a lot of the independent places aren't going to give you any of this. If you don't work, you don't get paid. It's just simple. But if you get into like some of the chain stores, they're going to have paid holidays, bonuses, paid vacations, maybe give you some sick days, give you health insurance, a retirement plan. Maybe you can travel. Maybe you can move up, you know, opportunities for advancement. Maybe they might send you to a hair show, or even have people come in, like educators come in to your shop and give you classes. And then, you know, they always want you to be up on your education. And I don't know about breaks. Most places give you a 10-minute break after you work 2 hours. That's the law there. So some places do have assistants or apprentices. A lot of times when you first start, you go through an orientation, pretty much just like what they want you to do, the standards of the place that you work at. Or you can be assigned to maybe a senior member of the staff, and you know, you just kind of work with them until you get familiar with their procedures and their practices. Those are out there. Okay, so this is the big thing. If I was hiring, these are the things that I would be looking for. I want someone to be on time and be ready. I don't want them to look like they just crawled out of bed. I want them to be efficient. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't be all, you know, I don't want someone that's going to be all showy or all frilly, as my mom would say. I just want you to get in there and get the job done, do it well, get along well with people. You know, don't say crazy things to people, because I've heard some crazy stuff. You know, work with everyone. Even if you don't like them, you know, get along with them for the time you're there, and then just love what you do. Those are the things. I mean, I would want you to look put together. I would want you to be dependable and be consistent. That's what I would be asking for. Okay. If you want feedback, a lot of times, you know, your managers are watching you, right? They're going to give you suggestions. Take it. Take it gracefully. Even if you think they're picking on you, take it gracefully. Okay. So that's some things that, you know, I pretty much think that you should know about this. Paid vacation is exactly a job benefit. A barber renting a space, a suite, or booth on a monthly basis is known as an independent contractor. The type of barbershop we are discussing are made at the corporate headquarters by management and marketing professionals, or a chain barbershop is the type of barbershop where all decisions are made at corporate headquarters by management, is a chain barbershop or a franchise. There we go. An independent barbershop represents the majority of the barbershops you will encounter. True. And during the interview process, it is appropriate to ask questions. It is not appropriate to ask questions about pay and benefits. You know what? They say that's you're not supposed to ask, like, what's the pay? Or you're not supposed to ask anything like that. But hello, if you're going for a job, aren't you going to get paid? But usually they tell you what they pay anyway. A common program that helps familiarize new employees with the work habits and standards of a barbershop is known as orientation. Showing up on time is an example of work principle called dependability. Not wasting time or resources is an example of a work principle called, I'm thinking, ethics. Make a conscious effort to get along with your coworkers is an example of having a positive attitude. And most barbershops will have an employee evaluation system in place. But in the meantime, it is acceptable to ask for an evaluation. Let's see if I got it right. False, true, franchise. Okay, got that one right. Orientation, dependability, efficiency. Okay, I got the E part right, attitude and feedback. Okay. So that would be the portion of this that I would say is not in the Cosmo book, but it's in the Barber book. But this next portion is in both. So Cosmos, you are going to be on page 146. It's 6.3, professional relationships. And Barbers, you're in 10B 3.4, professional relationships. Oh my God, where'd you get that?
Miss Janie, you have a call line 1.
You don't remember why I would get these? You really don't remember?
Because it's not your birthday.
So yesterday, I celebrated my 10-year anniversary with Adrian's.
Oh, and I'm supposed to remember that.
And she forgot.
And I'm supposed to
remember that. So my best
that.
friends, they ordered me edible arrangements.
And I'm gonna have this
banana
for later. Banana, yum, thank you.
You're welcome.
Because they're really good. I love edible arrangements. Okay. So, and he's dropping it on the floor. And
what's the page number in the Cosmo book?
Cosmo book is on page 146. Starts on 6.3, professional development. And then barbering, you are 103B4. Yum. Can't wait to eat that. And here I said, oh, I'm gonna start my diet again. Okay, so professional relationships, networking, the client approach, the team approach. So this past weekend, all like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I was on a conference. And I gotta say that one of the main things that I took away from the conference was to change your thinking. Made sense to me. That's the part I picked up on, like one of the most was change the way that you think, reprogram your brain. So, okay, that makes sense on a lot of things in life to reprogram your brain. So here we go with our professional relationships. We're going to reprogram our brain so we can have a large professional network that will help propel your career forward, right? Through networking, client approach, and team approach. So, how would your friends describe your ability to get along with other people? Think about that one. If you are not just in the haircutting business, what's more important? You are in the people business. And you really are. You come into so much contact with people. And every single person that you come into contact, if you don't do this correctly, it's going to be an opportunity lost to have another client. All right, come on. Sometimes these things move so fast and other times they don't. So, professional relationships. Now, these are different than personal relationships, right? We're going to build a solid professional relationship with the other professionals. Will be the foundation for your future, which is true. Okay, so your professional relationships are built on openness, honesty, and well-developed communication. Those are the things that we want to make sure that we do is communicate well. My friends will tell you that I have a policy. Well, I don't even have it only with my friends. I pretty much have it with everybody, but I call it clear the air. So anytime I feel that maybe they said something to me that I didn't quite get, or maybe I said something to them that, you know, they don't quite get, we have this thing where we're going to talk about it, because we're not just going to sit there and think, does she really mean what she just said? Nope, we're going to go talk about it and make sure that, you know, we get it cleared up. Okay, so what's my hours? So we're gonna learn the industry trends and developments. We're gonna have access to resources and information, and we're going to mentor people or have lifelong friendships. This process that gives you access to people and resources within the industry can provide you with the opportunities for career advancement and continuing education. So it's a really good thing to have professional relationships. All right, networking. So Miss Jeannie, when I was in her aesthetics program, right, I already have my Cosmo license. So I come out here on the floor to see what was going on. And Miss Jeannie would always be yelling at me to like get back to class. And instead of telling her that I was out there running around socializing and talking to everybody, I told her that I was networking. She would be like, what? So, but this is something that's used. I mean, you know, they always say it's all about who you know. Well, this is what you want to do. You want to network with people so you can get to know them. So plan ahead, create a professional image. Think about that. Last week we had you guys write goals. Define those goals. You should have already done that. You want to develop good personal relationships. But what's your professional image? What do you want to be? You know, we want to be professional, right? Or do you want to be known as the party person? So education, that's first. That's what we're doing now. You're getting your skill. Your skill is going to give you confidence, and confidence is going to lead to success. Now, it's not going to happen overnight, right? Most professional people that you talk to when they first started out, I mean, it takes a good 2 to 3 years to get yourself out there and get yourself built up. There are some people who just kind of fall right into it, which they're very lucky, because I had to work very hard to get where I am right now. And so, you know, I have to say that during that time I was raising children and everything else, but, you know, we did have to take a minute to get there. So just keep working at it. You'll be fine. So when we're going to get to our clients, right? We want to have that relationship. The word I always heard was rapport. We want to have a rapport with our clients, but it is a relationship with them. We want to make sure that they get served promptly. You want to make sure that you organize your work. So by organizing your work, that means like booking your appointments, don't be sidetracked, being on time, make sure that you have everything that you need for that particular client, get yourself together. Explain the finished look, like steps on how to do it. Maybe suggest an alternative look, right? Teach home maintenance. Maybe show them some additional services. Hey, don't you think your hair would look kind of cool if maybe a few highlights right here in the front? When you have time, or if that sounds of interest to you, let me know. Share information on trends or even new products. Like, hey, I got this new gel. Can we try it? Even though they really like it. And then if you're going out of town, I always do this before I go on vacation. I will call my clients and just say, hey, FYI, I'm going to be gone. Or I just send them a text usually. But hey, FYI, I'm going to be gone, and I put the dates in there. So, hope to see you either before or after. You know how many people I usually get calling me before? You're like, oh, you're going to be gone? Okay, well, can I get in now? It works out. It's a good way to get a few extra dollars before you go on vacation. Okay. So the team that you work with, you got to have a strong team. It is not every man for himself. You guys should all work together. Remember, there's no I in team. So there's several factors. Should all be of like mind, right? You all need common goals. Teamwork builds the dream work. I'm sure you've all heard that. But you should all have basically the same type of goals there. In business, okay, not home life. We're only talking about business. Share knowledge. You saw this really cool, color. You want to try it, share it with them. Say, hey, we need this. It also helps your clients. Share what you know. Okay. Help other people in there, your coworkers. They need help cleaning because they're busy, help them. They need something rinsed out because they're busy, rinse it. Help out. And then make contact with other people, not only hairstylists or barbers, but maybe, someone who's out there that's professional. Anyone, really. You just want to reach out to people, get them to come see you. With your owner or your manager, show them that you're willing to learn, that they can trust you, that when things go wrong, you're just going to shake it off. Don't take it personally. Because, we all know we don't have the same stuff every single day, right? Things happen for us. Because we're not always perfect every day. Let me see if there's anything in here. No. So now with our professional relationships, I'm just going to move, let's see. To know your clientele. Okay, well, let's do this real quick. The most important relationships you form when first starting out are those that develop within the barbershop. It's probably true. It is okay to rush one client to serve the other. No, it's not. False. The strategy that gives you access to people and resources within the industry is called networking. A key to a successful client relationship is accommodating the client whenever possible by adjusting your, I don't know, your schedule. If you plan to be absent or take a vacation, notify your clients in a timely manner, Receding back to a client, what you heard is practicing reflective listening. Trying to handle an issue with a coworker yourself before taking it to the manager shows you have initiative. Being honest with your coworkers and manager helps to build trust. When a manager is educating you on your techniques, don't take the criticism personally. Let's see if I got these. True, false, networking schedule, advance. Oh, advance. Timely manner, I guess that could be the same, huh? Listening, initiative, trust, personality. Hey, that wasn't too bad. All right. This chapter is long, but it goes by kind of fast. So Barber is 103B.6 and Cosmos, this is still in 6.3. We're going to talk about building your clientele. Okay, there's a lot of different ways people can go about building clientele, but you got to think about this. What type of client do you want? Or what type of clients do you want? Because, yeah, social media is huge, absolutely huge, but I don't think, I'm not going to say I'm not going to, because I do pick restaurants off of social media, but I may not, well, maybe not even off of social media, like off of Yelp, maybe I'll do a restaurant. But I personally would not book something just going off of what social media has on it. I would definitely check more into this, whatever it is that I'm looking at. So I know that there are a lot of people who go strictly off of social media out there, and I know that there's a lot of people who get clients just from social media. So, you know, that is one outlet, but there's others, because there are some people who still don't do social media. Maybe that's why I'm like that, because I don't really do social media that much. So what are we gonna do to get our client? How many people have done your hair in the past 5 years? Could you be easily persuaded to leave the current person who's been doing your hair? You want that to be no if that was put to one of your clients. You want that answer to be no, I'm not leaving this person. So is it the shop's responsibility to get you clients? No, it's not. Okay, it is the shop's responsibility to maintain a safe and inviting environment, guarantee professional atmosphere, advertise and market services to attract clients, and then have a computer system or something to be able to develop that clientele. But you need to promote yourself. You need to personalize your services and make sure that you have quality services, that you're giving quality to everyone. Okay, that's your job. So, yeah, getting new clients, it's all three of these put together. It's the shop's effort, it's your effort, or it could be someone else's recommendation. Because what is the most effective way of building a clientele? And that is word of mouth. That is the most effective way of advertising, is word of mouth. Okay, there's lots of other things. You know, you can do online, you can do, you know, something out in the front. I don't do those A-frames anymore because people don't really hand out business cards. Okay, you can hand out or ask people to give you referrals. These are all ways of building a clientele. But we can ask for pre-booking. We can do promotional literature, such as a flyer, a newsletter, a postcard, print your name on them, carry them with you, give them to people. Now, one thing about flyers, you can't just go around putting flyers on your car. If you do that in a parking lot and everyone takes these flyers off their windshields and they throw them on the ground, and the parking lot owner goes out there and sees them and is like, oh, look at all this trash, and they pick it up and it's from, CDE Salon. They can actually get you for littering or have you come and clean it up. I've actually had to go clean up stuff before because we did that in a parking lot, and they called us and they're like, you better come clean this up out of the parking lot. Or, we're going to turn you in for littering. So we decided that we would pretty much go clean it up. You could become a guest speaker. Let's say you go to, I don't know, where could you go to be a guest speaker at? Maybe a retirement home, a preschool, something for the mothers. You could demonstrate something, charities. Oh, Love Modesto is always a big thing that they have here. Fashion schools or something like that. You could send a thank you card or a thank you text to every client after an appointment. That is going to build a relationship with your clients. And then you could just put your personal touch on it. Put your personal touch. You want to continually be expanding your clientele. If you leave a salon and you move to another one or a shop, you always lose a percentage of your clientele. So if you're going to move, you want to make sure that they have enough clients to rebuild that back up. But you can ask your clients also for referrals. There's all kinds of like this tracking and overnight of client building strategies. Invite new clients to join your clientele. Hey, Crystal, I'm going to send you an invitation to be my client. You want to come? Like it's a party. Come be my new client, right? And then what are you going to do to keep that client when they're there? Okay, this client walks in off the street and they're sitting in your chair. You've never seen them before. They just were passing by and needed a haircut and heard about your place from one of their friends and, said, oh yeah, I'm going to go in there to whoever's, her name, Sally, and have my hair cut by Sally. So, now Sally's sitting in your chair. What are you going to do to make sure that she comes back? Because she's already a client. She's sitting there, she's already a client. But now we're going to keep them. We're going to have them come back, right? We want them to be a lifelong client. And you want to have a full book. You don't want to have all your spaces in between. So there's ways to keep these clients. Now we went over the ways to get the clients. Now we're going to go over the ways to keep the clients, right? Determine their needs for one. We want to explain as we go along, like educate them. Try to accommodate them whenever possible. Share any new information with products that you might have. Treat your clients the way that you would like them to treat you. And then, target marketing, provide exceptional service, meet and increase market demand, and stay positive in a client building, with a client building attitude. We want to have the right attitude, right? We want to reprogram our brains. So, both attracting, retaining. Okay, we said that. Oh, upselling. That's another one for retaining. They come in for a haircut, but by the time they leave, they're pre-booking for their next appointment for a hair color. Or, they come in for a shave. You're giving them a haircut next time they come in. I mean, there's lots of different things that you can do for retaining. Word of mouth, like we said, is the biggest one. So referral, one person directing another person to a specific profession or business. So I see things all the time out there, looking for a good contractor, put out there on social media, looking for a good, restaurant, looking for a good something. That could be a perfect referral source for you. You could also offer the person who makes a referral. Tell your friends, hey, if you refer someone to me, I'll make it worth your while. Ask your clients, hey, tell my friends. Or tell your friends, not my friends, tell your friends all about me if you like it. right? So when somebody goes to say, well, you hear negative things 10 times faster or more than when you hear positive things. If you went somewhere and you got bad service, you're going to tell 10 people about the bad service compared to if you went somewhere and you got good service. Your bad service news is going to travel faster than the good service news, right? I mean, that's just how it is. So we want to make sure that, we're asking for these recommendations. Hey, tell all your friends if you like it. Make sure your client is comfortable. And if they're not happy, because, people have bad days, we can't please everybody, but try to do everything right to correct that situation that you can. I mean, if you've done everything that you possibly can, and deep down you know that you have done everything possible that you know how to do to try to make this person happy, and they're just still whatever they're doing, just complaining or whatever, then you've done all you can, and maybe it's time for that client to just go next door. I mean, but you do have to try. Referrals are important because approximately 10% of all clients will be lost annually. 10%. Could you afford to lose 10% of your clients? People move away. Or you can't get them in and they really want to be in at that time and they go someplace else and they just go back there. So we need to really make sure. You could have a card. I mean, there's all kinds of little incentives. I worked for those brothers that I was telling you about earlier. When they opened up this one shop in Stockton, it was in the time where haircuts were about $10. But they had this super great advertising thing where they had these little credit cards, but they were like little membership cards printed up. And you could go, they cost $20 for the year. These membership cards were $20 for the year. And you could go get a haircut as many times as you wanted throughout the year and bring as many people with you. So like I could go in and take, all my kids and all the neighbors' kids with me when we all went in to get a haircut. And instead of paying, $10 for a haircut, you paid $8 for a haircut. It was a great advertising because there was a lot of business that came in with those cards. And it was a $20 a year membership fee. That's all you paid. They had it written down, whoever bought it. And then like the next time you could buy it again. It was a great idea. We sold a lot of those cards. Okay. So why clients leave? Look at that, 1% die. 3% move away. 5% go to other friends. 9% are competitive. Service or product dissatisfaction is 14%. And 68% is an indifferent attitude of an employee. That's a lot just to not get along with someone, right? Die. Oh my gosh. So you can ask people for referral incentives. Who doesn't like something for free? How many of you have those little punch cards that if you buy like 10 coffees, you get one free? Or what's the one, those little nothing bundt cakes? 10 purchases, you get a free little one. There's all kinds of things out there, and there's nothing wrong with that. We all love that, but that's a great way to get clients. But of course, if they don't like it, it's going to spread faster, right? So yeah, we're going to ask people to refer for us. Okay, business cards. Now, business cards you can hand out all day long, and it's not like, it's not solicitation. It is exchange of information. So you can hand out business cards to anybody that you want. So what kind of business cards are we gonna make? Are we gonna have? So this place called Vistaprint, I don't know if anyone's ever heard of that. It's like, VISTAPRINT. They're online. You can design your own cards. They have basic card stock, and there are some for shops on there. You can get probably like, I don't know, 500 of them for like $10. I mean, I know when I got some from there, it was really, really inexpensive. And you get them within, like a week. Every once in a while they run specials too. So, I doubled it for the same price. I think I paid $5.99 for like 1,000 cards. So they really have them out there with some good little pre-printed logos. And then you just put your own information in it. You just type it. It's super easy to make. And so, think about your business cards. Think about what you would want to say if you were designing a business card for yourself. What would you want it to be? Of course, that's a homework assignment, right? Design yourself a business card. Take a picture of it and just send it to us. So we talked about upselling, right? That's like giving them something that they don't already have. We talked about pre-booking. Now, the con of that too is that a client may forget a future appointment. So if you have someone that books something in advance, do like the dentists do or the doctors do, call them or send them calling takes a long time. Send them a text, that's quick. And then they have those mass texting apps. So you can just, send everybody at one time, right? And then you use your barbershop to build a clientele. Or your hair salon. Okay, it is the responsibility of the barbershop to maintain a safe and inviting environment. True. It is not the responsibility of the barbershop professional to guarantee the quality of their services. I don't know about that one because you do want your people to have quality services. So, I don't know. We'll see in a minute. People who make habitual use of another person's services are known as clients. The tracking and oversight of your client building ooh, yeah, I remember that. Referred to as what? I don't remember what it's called though. An industry phrase that means all available appointments times for a given day or week are booked is called a full book. And I have one of those this week. It's, I'm happy. Oh, hi puppy. Oh my gosh, Crystal, that dog is so cute. Oh. Okay. Retail, I know it's like children and dogs. Yay, they're so cute. As long as they're not mine. Got enough of my own. Retail is more likely to be purchased by return clients. A recommendation for your services from a client or friend is known as a referral. Be sure your business card is attractive and that the information it contains is, I'm gonna say accurate. Selling specialized and or additional services to clients beyond what the original scheduled visit is an upsell. And clients reserving a future appointment before leaving the barbershop during their current visit is a pre-book. All right, let's see. Oh, that one was false. Okay. Clientele. Oh, client relations management. That sounds fancy, huh? We're going to build some clientele using client relations management. Ooh, that makes us sound super fancy. Full book. And clients referral. Oh, accurate. Upselling and pre-booking. All right. Yay. We did that. Okay, let's see. Stop my screen share. My name is Jeannie. It's hard to do this by myself. Okay, so there's a few more people on here than there was before. I just want to make sure that I got everyone before I get off. Okay, Alexis. Joan and Crystal.
Hi, Miss Connie. I'm so sorry I'm late. I just finished doing a couple tests, but I'm here.
Okay, so if those of you that want to stay on from 2 to 4, we're gonna do what we usually do in the morning instead of doing it like in the morning and in the afternoon. We're only doing it in the afternoon for right now. So if you want to stay on and get 2 more hours, that's good. Isabel. Jasmine, Laura, Leslie. Did I put Leslie on here? Yeah. Leslie, Lexi. Brenda. Mercedes, Nate. Okay, let me tell you who I have on here. I have Treese, Lauren, Deja, Haley, Valerie, Leslie, Charlene, Sydney, Nick, Mercedes, Jasmine, Ashley, Aubrey, Elizabeth, Natanya, Alexis, Crystal, Isabel, Lexi, Brenda, Nate, and Vanessa. Did I miss anyone? No. Okay. So there's a couple names that are new to me. Vanessa and Isabel. Are you your names are new to me. Are you Modesto or Tracy?
I'm from Modesto.
Okay. Okay, does anyone have any questions?
This is my first day here.
Okay,
I had a question on the packet, actually.
okay. What's your question?
The second page is a little bit confusing because everything is all overlapped and I kind of don't understand it.
Okay,
And
let me
there's
go and.
there's also
ahead.
okay. Oh, and the fourth page, I believe, is also confusing to me.
Okay, I will grab a packet here in just a second, so just hold on a minute for that, and then I'll look at
All
it.
right. And then for I'm sorry, I have so many questions. I'm ROP and it's my first day, so I'm a little confused on everything.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll unconfuse you here in a little bit.
I'm sorry.
No problem. No problem. We were all confused our first day. Okay, so everyone that was on here, design a business card, take a picture of it and text it into us. That's your assignment for this, this portion of it. We have about 5 minutes to 2. That's going to be the next class. So we're just going to break right now for 5 minutes. And then Isabel, I'm going to go grab a packet so I can see what you're talking about. And we'll blah, 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 blah. We will meet back here in 5.